828 Big Chicken Morning Show with Jazzy McBee on V103, the ATL's number one for hip-hop, R&B, and throwbacks. Happy Wednesday, March 6th, on our way to a very rainy high of 62 degrees. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, pulling up on us. Coco Brown is here. Hey, Coco!
Hey,
Hi, Mama.
up?
How are you?
I am not looking what I'm going through. That's good. I don't look like what I'm going through,
'cause
but
you
I'm
look
good.
amazing.
I'm good. Thank you. I'm good. You know, blessed.
Indeed.
Blessed.
So for people who may be running behind, you lost your home in a fire.
Yeah.
Which I imagine has to be traumatic all in itself.
Yeah.
But you were actually home.
We were home. I had only been home about a half hour. I had been to the grocery store that morning. And I had contractors outside painting my house. And my son was in the house, you know, with the dogs and everything. He's old enough, you know, that I let him, you know, I can run errands locally.
Right.
And I had just walked in, and I was getting ready to go back out because I had to go to UPS.
Okay.
But ran upstairs to grab something from my room and came downstairs to talk to the contractors. As I walked back in, the alarm started going off, went upstairs to my bedroom, and my room was on fire.
Wow.
And I caught myself trying to go get my fire extinguisher in the kitchen, which was downstairs.
Amen that you had one.
Hey,
'Cause
okay.
We don't do that good
Right.
with that.
And when I got back upstairs, it was just too much.
Oh, wow.
So literally, I just said, baby, out. And we grabbed the dogs. I grabbed my purse, and we ran out. And it's literally as we were running across the street, the ceiling over my bedroom came down.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And my poor baby, he only had on a t-shirt and underwear. And you know, I'm just grateful because normally he would be in his bedroom, which is right across the hall from me, on that Xbox with them headphones on. And for whatever reason, God had it that child was downstairs laying across the couch watching TV.
Yeah, and it's amazing because you were heading out.
I was going right back out.
You were going right back
I had
out.
left the package I was going to ship, and I came back home to get it.
Wow.
And I went home but a half hour. And, you know, just it
Did you grab the package?
no. No, Amazon ain't never getting that back.
Yeah.
Gonna take that L. Gonna take that L.
But you grabbed your purse and still left your phone.
Well, my phone dropped.
Oh, okay.
When I
On the
ran
way
upstairs,
out.
because ADT called with the alarms going off,
Right.
and I was downstairs, and I said, "What are y'all calling for?" And then I looked up and saw the smoke coming out of my bedroom.
Oh, wow.
And that's when I ran, and I was like, "Fire, fire!" And so when I ran to go get the fire extinguisher, it dropped on the stairs, and I never thought to pick it back up.
Wow.
was
I know
just
that's
so
right. Just
freaking out, you know, because I mean, I had just been in my room. I had just like literally been in my room. Mm-hmm. So it's crazy.
So what has life like been since then?
An emotional roller coaster.
I know.
You know, every emotion known to man.
Right.
You know, my brain won't cut off when I think about all the, I guess, material things I lost. But then it kicks in that, you know, I have the most precious of them all.
I
And
know
that's my
that's right.
child, you know, because it could have gone so left. You know, when I went to the house to look at it, the remnants a couple of days later, and I mean, like literally there's nothing left. I'm like, my house is a shell.
Wow.
And right where my son's bedroom is, right where he would be sitting on that desk with those headphones on, completely oblivious to the world, is nothing but a black hole.
Wow.
It's completely charred where he would have been sitting at.
Right.
So, I mean, it's been an emotional a roller coaster, but I don't know if there's a word, I may have to put it in the dictionary one day, of immense sadness and immense gratitude at the same time.
Bittersweet.
It's bittersweet. It's like, you know, bittersweet, but it's like deeper than that.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I'm grown. And I mean, you're talking about my entire life, my entire career from when I left college. You know, I've accumulated over these years and it's all gone. Like, all gone. Like, it looks like somebody dropped a bomb in my house. Like, there's nothing left. And, you know, to think about, you know, now it's a new beginning. And you know, and I got to give props to my child. You know, when they say look to your children, that is some real stuff. Because even that night, they said I passed out 4 times.
Really?
And because I woke up a couple of times to the paramedics working on me. And all I heard was my child saying, "Help my mommy, help my mommy." And they said, all the neighbors in my community, shout out to the Woodlands in Fayetteville, you guys, when I tell you every neighbor was out there helping me and helping my child and just rallied around us. And all the neighbors were like, they had never seen a child so stoic. They said they had never seen a child. He was like, no, I'm good. You take care of my mama. You know, and he just was so cool. And even that night of it happening, we're sitting in a hotel the insurance company put us in. And for the record, for those idiots who were wondering why I had a GoFundMe. First of all, I didn't even set the GoFundMe up. That was my family and friends. You cannot live in a home in a development without homeowners insurance. Yes, I had insurance, sugar. But find me the insurance company that writes you a check the day after a catastrophe. And I will sign with them immediately.
Yeah,
Okay?
because you have to wait. There's a
mean, it's a
process.
Oh my
process,
God!
They
The
have to do
people that were coming at me
investigation
like, you ain't got no insurance? Yeah.
Oh, sis, you
But
had-
my insurance company, I said, you ain't even got renter's insurance. You're gonna lose all your little Xbox. You're gonna lose all your little games and Madden scores. You better go get, it just made me realize people really don't understand
No, they
the
don't.
real world.
Yeah, they
you know. But I mean,
and you shouldn't have to really explain yourself, because
but people tagging me,
right?
talking about you should have had insurance, and I'm like, boo, you can't live in the kind of house I was in,
Tell 'em.
Not
and the
have.
kind of neighborhood I was in, where they don't even let you sign, the
Facts.
mortgage.
Actress and comedian Coco Brown in the building. We'll talk more about that GoFundMe and how other people stepped up for you, but they'll
Yes.
continue to step up for you tomorrow and Friday at Atlanta Comedy Theater in Norcross. There's a comedy fundraiser hosted by Rodney Perry and Kiana Dancy. We'll give you all the details, but it is tomorrow night and Friday. We'll talk more about that when we return. Big Chicken Morning Show with Jasmine McBee. Coco Brown is here on V103. 848 Big Chicken Morning Show. Jasmine McBee on V103. ATL's #1 for hip hop, R&B, and throwbacks. Actress, comedian Coco Brown in the building this morning.
Hey.
Good to see you, sis.
Good to see you.
You know her from Single Mom Club, For Better or Worse, and she had to remind me what she was doing at TED 2. We ain't gonna go through that again. TED 2 was hilarious.
I see the sign.
But she has overcome a real life experience and traumatic one at that. 2 weeks now?
2 weeks.
2 weeks now.
2 weeks.
House burnt down. I mean, gone. Only thing that survived was the garage.
The garage, yeah. I was hoping the basement too, but they went in the basement yesterday, and it's a wrap.
Oh wow!
I mean, everything's a wrap in the basement. But
But the garage is a
the
thing.
garage, which is crazy because that's where I had all of the stuff from my parents' home. I lost my parents the last couple of years, and my brother and I sold their home in Virginia because that's what they wanted.
Right.
And so I brought back a lot. My brother, he took some pictures and stuff, but me being the sentimental person I am,
Right.
the whole third garage in my garage was just full from top to bottom, of their stuff.
Okay.
And outside of some minor water damage, it was all protected.
Man, God is
It's like God stopped the fire right there when he was getting ready to come in the garage. So I'm grateful for that.
Man, God is it's amazing. So. I know we were talking about the community kind of pulling together with you. Did you expect them to show up like that for you?
God, I mean, I live in a great neighborhood. My neighbors are like bonus grandparents for my child because I live in a neighborhood that's mostly retired people. There's some families and stuff, but mostly retired people, and they've just become like bonus grandparents for my like literally
Nice.
he can go to any house in like a 6-block radius and get a popsicle. Okay, it's like that for real.
Oh, it's you? I got you.
Yeah, what you need,
That's
baby?
amazing.
They put it. I bought some
love
Capri
that.
Suns for your son if he ever want to come back. I'm like, what kind of creepy? Okay, whatever. But no, I love them, and they just rallied around me. I mean, that night, I literally had almost a full wardrobe. I had coats. My son,
wow.
who only had on a t-shirt and his underwear when we ran out the house, I mean, people were bringing him clothes and shoes and stuff, and they constantly are helping us. I mean, constantly. I just talked to one of my neighbors the other day, and her daughter made us some cream puffs and was like, I want to bring you some cream puffs. And I'm like, okay. And, the people, giving me, they raised money for me, the whole community. And it's just, I know that I'll probably never find a community if I don't go back to this area.
Right.
I'll probably never find a community like this.
That's like that.
It's rare. It's like some old school Mayberry type thing.
I love it because you just don't get that anymore.
No.
You stay over there, and
I lived in LA for 12 years, honey. I knew one neighbor.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
They didn't talk to each other or know who each other was.
The
no.
entertainment community also stepped up. I mean,
my God.
Tiffany Haddish, Marion Allen, Marlon Wayans, everybody was putting money on your books.
Yes.
And then Tyler Perry.
I know. There will be no Tyler Perry slander
You just had to show
because
out.
I will cut you. I will hurt you. Please, I will take that charge, okay?
Yeah, what was that phone call like?
God.
Look, he was like, wait a minute.
Blew my mind. It's crazy. This is just how I'm built. The Tuesday after it happened, I'm literally up going over to Country Wayne's house to shoot a skit. It was already on the books, and they were kind of like, Coca, you still want to do it? I said, I need to. I have to.
Right.
I have got to detach my mind. I cannot. I can't sit in this right now. And as I was driving to shoot the skit, I get a call. And what's funny is I've had his number in my phone for years because I worked with him for the man for 6 years. Okay.
Right.
But you don't think you just randomly go, hey, what's up, homie? No. So when it came up and it said TP, I was like, what? So I answered it, and he was like, hey, Coca. And I'm like, hey. And he's like, hey, I heard what happened. Oh, my God. He's, how you doing? And he was just like, where you staying? And I'm like, well, they got us in a hotel. It was kind of like not the greatest. It was like a Quality Inn, but everybody was really nice. But I had 2 animals. I had 2 dogs. So I had to find a hotel that took the dogs. So it was like, it was definitely like a motel, And Tyler was like, oh, heck no. He said, where you need to be close to? And I said, well, I need to be close to my son's school. He said, I'll call you right back. 30 minutes later, I got you a house. You good? I'm like, yeah.
See what I'm talking about?
He said, hold on. He said, what?
I got you a house.
Oh, my
It's like he rented me a house, and he's like, however long you need it. And I'm like, wow. And then he was just like, he said, did you owe any on the house? I said, yeah. He said, how much did you owe? I said, oh, this much. He said, I'm going to give you $400,000, help you buy a new house. I said, what'd you say? I had to pull the car over.
Oh, my gosh.
And I mean, the tears were just rolling down. I said, are you kidding me right now?
The praise dance.
Are you serious right now? Are you for real right now? I said, nah, for real? Like,
wow.
And he said, yeah, he's that way you don't have to wait on insurance if you want to go and find a new home for you and your son,
Nice.
you could just, I'm like.
He's such a solid guy.
I mean, and it's been checking on me and checking on my son and are you good? And then like gave his assistant to me and she's checking on me and making sure I'm good. And then just everybody, I mean, Marlon Wayans was one of the first, he was the first like celebrity to call me. He called me that Monday morning and was like, sis, where you at? You good?
Marlon.
And he's like, bring your tail back to LA and reclaim your crown. I'm like, no, I don't want to go. He's trying to get me to come back to LA and, and just everybody, I mean, Byron Allen, I was blown away. I worked with him, on 2 of his sitcoms, Mr. Box Office and, The First Family. And, we always had a great working relationship, but I was just so like, wow, thanks, Byron. And then I saw Tiffany and Little Rel and just, everybody was just like, Chris O'Dowd, I'm on the Big Door Prize on Apple TV with him. Right. And he sent me, and I'm like, what in the world? Like, I have been blown away by the gratitude, like just the graciousness and the kindness and the generosity of people. I'm just blown. But I've had to be reminded that I'm reaping what I sow.
Absolutely.
Every person is telling me, Coca, you're a good person.
This is why.
You're a good person. Tyler was like, Coca, you have a heart of gold. You're a good person. You were a joy to work with. The minute I found out, it was like, what can I do? Right. Marlon was the same way. He was like, sis, he said, your heart is so pure. Like, you're such a good person. And like, everybody's telling me that. And it's like, literally 3 weeks ago, I was sitting in my office in my house. And I was contemplating leaving the business. I was like,
wow.
I felt so invisible, so irrelevant. I'm thinking I'm just spinning my wheels like a gerbil in a wheel. I'm just like, this is not going anywhere. I got to do something different for me and my child. And then this happens. And then to see everyone rally around me, show me so much love. And everybody's saying, Coca, it's you. It's you. You're a good person. You're a good person. And it's like for me to be able to show this to my son that it does pay to be a good person because the things I've done for people and the way that I am is just who I am.
Right.
I mean, I literally just helped my girlfriend get a divorce lawyer a couple of weeks ago because her husband decided to leave her. And then just the other day, I'm sitting up here going through what I'm going through and my girlfriend tells me her son has been diagnosed with congestive heart failure. Wow. He's only 20 years old and I send her money, But that's what I don't, I don't think about it. It's just how I was raised.
Seeds,
my parents were like that.
Part of your DNA.
It's part of my DNA, But to all the people calling me, asking me for money, I don't know you. I don't know you. The check hasn't cleared yet, so calm down.
Well, listen, we're going to give you an opportunity to support her as well and come out and give her flowers.
Please.
And she's still living while you giving her flowers. Atlanta Comedy Theater tomorrow and Friday night comedy fundraiser hosted by Rodney Perry and Kiana Dancy. I suggest you go to atlcomedytheater.com to find out more and get tickets. That's the only place you get tickets. Don't get them fake tickets. You be outside.
Don't.
But sis, I'm glad that you're able to sit in front of us this morning.
Yes.
I'm happy that God has given you an opportunity to you to receive your valuation in real time,
Man.
even though you had to go through something in order for that to happen.
And receive it.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we feel like we don't deserve everything
I
that's
went
coming
through that.
Yeah, we
I
feel
went
like
through
we're
that.
not
That
deserving.
first week, I'm like, why is everybody doing this for me? And I didn't really do it.
Accept it.
But then I had to like really get into the thing like, girl, you did this. You planted these seeds. You've been a good person. You have no malicious intent in your heart. You don't do people dirty. You look out for people and don't look for reciprocity. You just go on about your business. Like I said, I planted these seeds, and for my son to see, it pays to be a good person.
Right.
You know.
Tell them how to follow you and love you and support you in general.
Yes, just Coca Brown, COCOA Brown. Please don't forget that A, because that's a porn star from what I've been told. And
What?
somebody actually Googled the wrong Coca Brown and told my deacon father.
Oh my God.
But that's how I found out. But like, Daddy, no.
Goes to the gram.
But yeah, COCOA Brown, Coca Brown. It's Coca Brown One Funny Mama. On TikTok and Snapchat and Instagram, and then just comedian Coca Brown everywhere else. So just COCOA Brown. Please don't forget that A.
Oh wow, there are a couple.
Well, you look amazing, sis. So
There are a different couple of Cocoa Browns.
So just if you leave that A off, honey,
Yes.
and you can go to my website, the number 4. Right. Like my dad calls, my family was a whole deacon called me talking about, what you out there in LA doing? I said, what, Daddy? You out there doing nasty movies? I said, no.
the wrong one.
One of his
Dad.
dirty deacon friends Googled the wrong Coca Brown.
Cocoa Brown, we love you. We will see you
love
at
y'all.
ATL Comedy Theater
Yes.
tomorrow and Friday night. Comedy fundraiser hosted by Rodney Perry and Kiana Dancy. More Big Ticket Morning Show next on V103.